Hey, it's Mio. It is Friday, August 5th, 2022. I've made it to another August. I think it's probably been a couple of weeks since my last update, and I think I talked about how numbers are up. My cancer tumor numbers are up. Today is the CT scan day, and it's at 10 o'clock, 10:15 in the evening. I have to get to the hospital for 9:45 tonight. And I have this whole day to just be thinking about the scan, and then after the scan, thinking about what the results are going to be. Now, I pretty much know that the scans are going to show progression of disease, and so far up to this point in my journey, I have been very fortunate that as previous CT scans have shown, either stability or some slight reductions actually not in the primary tumor, but in the metastatic, some of the other areas of spots that had been visible. There was a certain point last year where those had actually diminished, but there have been small levels of, I guess, progression in the last little while. But this time around, though, blood marker, the CA19-9, the cancer antigen 19-9, which is generally used for pancreatic cancer for those people that show it, has been quite elevated in the last couple of months or so. With that in mind, and the fact that there has been, and maybe it's psychosomatic, maybe it's just in my head, I don't know, just some more different kinds of sensations around my abdominal trunk area. It wouldn't be any surprise to me whatsoever if the CT showed progression of disease. So if I'm already anticipating that that's what the CTs are going to show, then why is it that I am feeling anxious? Well, I'm feeling anxious because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what it means to have progression of disease. I don't know what that means for treatment. I don't know what the next steps in treatment is going to be and what that's going to look like, and ultimately how long I have left. Pancreatic cancer is known, generally speaking, to be a very quickly advancing cancer. So far, things have not progressed very quickly for me, which I am very fortunate for. There's new territory all the time, but this is new, pretty, I don't know, it feels more than it has, I guess, in the past. But then in the past it felt in those moments to be more. So it just feels like a little bit more weight to what's happening now. Very kind of similar to when I was first diagnosed a couple of years ago, which reminds me that we are at a year and 10 months. The fact that I am still here and that I am in the condition that I currently am is incredible. So I'm super, super thankful for that. Before I get any further, can I just say how just blown away by the support and love and care that I have received throughout this journey and continue to receive. It's just to me, like, it's incredible and unbelievable. And a lot of times it's like, I can't believe that it's something that people are sending their love and their care and doing things for me in so many different ways. So recently, yesterday actually, it was August 4th, there is Cheryl on Twitter, who has also just been like one of my incredible supporters for the last year. And she's sent me these beautiful cards. There's been a couple of videos where I've actually shown her handmade beautiful cards that she's made and sent me. She got in touch with the Blue Jays organization and arranged to have this letter sent to me. So hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to put it in, but here it is. And hopefully you'll be able to see the letter, and I'll just keep it up for a few moments. And it was it's incredible to me that people take time out of their day, not just to think about me, but to actually do these things, send me notes, support me in different ways, and even like donate to the GoFundMe, and also like through Patreon. Like there's so many different ways in which there are so many different people who are supporting me, and I am so thankful to every single person, because it just fills me with just this warmth and a sense of joy, to know that there is this interconnectedness, and the fact that it's not everything has to be so divisive and negative. Firstly, thank you, Cheryl, for reaching out to the Blue Jays. There's a Blue Jays contest going on right now. I think it's like a VIP experience or something like that, for the last day, I think the last homestand that the Jays are playing in the regular season anyway. Hopefully they'll keep going, but there's a contest that's on. It's the VIP something, or MVP something. A number of people I know have put my name in, because I think it has to be that you nominate somebody. There have been some folks from the States who tried, they couldn't because you have to be a Canadian resident, but there are people who are Canadian residents who have written such like lovely things to nominate me. And also there were people who are in the States who said that they would get their Canadian friends to do it on their behalf. Like, I mean, it's just incredible, and I just want to say thank you. It just makes such a huge difference, and it specifically makes a huge difference while I'm sitting with this level of worry and anxiety about what's going on right now, because I just don't know what's around the corner. I guess, one of my biggest worries is that I don't know how I'll be able to handle it, or if I'll be able to handle it, and will I be able to handle it in the way that I want to. And I know that there's some like control stuff there around like wanting to do things well, wanting to not disappoint people, not wanting to disappoint myself, because I think that process isn't just about me, but about you who've been along for the ride, and my loved ones and the people around me. I want to be not like this focal point of worry and concern and sadness and grief. I want to also participate and be a part of whatever time I have left with all of you and the people that I love, and also not to just be in a place of fear or distress or dread. And for the most part, I try not to be in that place, but there's this underlying feeling. It's sort of always, I don't have tinnitus or tinnitus or ear ringing, and I can't know what that is like because I don't have it, but how I imagine it is just this constant something in the background all the time that maybe sometimes gets louder, maybe sometimes it goes in the background a little bit more. Like that's how it feels with this sense of what's going to happen, how long am I going to be here, and how's it going to be like, and what's it going to be like to lose a sense of myself. It's just all these questions and this fear that is there. Maybe I don't talk about it a lot, maybe I don't show it a lot, but it's there, and it's certainly understandable. But if there's a way that I can not experience that again for whatever time I have left, that I can just be present, know that whatever happens is going to happen, and some of it's going to be difficult, some of it are things that maybe I never imagined for myself, but that's part of what this process is about. Like the end of life, like dying process is that there is going to be at one point a place of surrender, knowing that there's going to be people who have to support me through it or to take care of me through it, and it's a hard thing to think about. I'm sitting with all of that right now. There are things that I'm working on. There are things that I'm planning on engaging in the next little while that I will be sharing with you. I'm not quite ready yet. It's going to be the next few days though, where there's going to be something that's going to be happening next week and in the upcoming few weeks that is going to be, I'm hoping, something that is going to help me, but also hoping that by sharing my experience that it will help others to know that there's this thing that may be possible or available to engage in that can support and help through end of life, death, to be facing death. So I will be talking about that. I know that it's cryptic, but I'm not quite ready to share exactly what it is, but I will be doing that in the next few days, and I promise that is something that's going to happen. And maybe, you know, some of that has to do with the fact that I'm worried that some of you may be disappointed in me or may not approve of some of these things that I will be sharing with you in the next little while, because the love and support and the care that I have received from all of you is something that I really don't take lightly. Like I believe that all of what I've received has had a big part of the reason why I'm still here. So I don't take it lightly, and how grateful I am and how fortunate I am. And to know that this is part of what's possible in life is to have this level of support and love and care. This has been an incredible experience, and I don't want to disappoint people. I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want for you to be upset with me. Some of what I might be sharing is something maybe you'll be like, I don't know. What is it that you're doing there? But these are things that I believe very strongly in. These are things that I have thought a lot about, put research into, been working on for some time, for actually quite a long time. So I'll leave it there for now. I look forward to sharing what these things are going to be, at least the first thing, in the next few days. And I'm hoping that you'll support me through it, or at least be curious about it, because you have every right to judge me, because that's what we do as human beings. We judge each other. I mean, I don't want to be judged. I don't like that, but that's what we do. We can judge, and we can be critical, and we can find ourselves not liking things, and that's fair. But I'm hoping that maybe you'll stick with me and be open and curious about my experience, but also maybe the idea or the option that's available, maybe for somebody that you care about and love and know, or maybe even for yourself at some point. That's the hope. But again, I'll be sharing that in the next few days. In the meantime, I'm sitting in a puddle of anxiety and some stress about going in for the scan tonight. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too difficult for me to just be sitting and waiting for the scan results to come in. And I don't know what it's like for other people, but for me, I have access to an online portal with all my records, all the reports that come in through UHN, which is the University Health Network, which is connected with Princess Margaret, which is the cancer center where I received treatment. The reports of the scan will come through, and I will get an email saying that there is a new report in my portal. I get to see the report before I speak to my oncologists. And sometimes that could be tricky and difficult because I don't know exactly what I'm reading. Because the folks that read or put together the reports for these CT scans, it's not like they write it in layperson's English. They write it in their technical medical jargon. You generally get the idea of what's going on. There isn't a really sense of what it actually really means. And the oncologists can sometimes be quite vague about those kinds of things too, because I think that they're not wanting to alarm or whatever it is. But some of the stress could be actually in waiting for the reports, getting the reports, reading the reports, and then the stress of like wondering what the reports mean. So that's what's sort of on the docket for the next little while. And I just wanted to share that with you. I hope your summer is going well so far. I'm enjoying Blue Jays baseball, especially right now with them playing better than they have in the last little while. Taking it easy, which is what I've been trying to do while I've been waiting for the scan to happen and then to figure out what the next steps are. So I hope you're taking care. I keep repeating things, but I send love your way. And I send love to all the people that you care about, all the fur babies that you have, and I just send you love. And if you have a moment to send some back my way, I would really appreciate it. If you could also take that maybe one step further, and there is a GoFundMe link that's in the description below. If you could share that with some folks in your life, if they might be interested in my story, I would really appreciate that. And thirdly, I have this goal of trying to reach 25,000 people and hoping that they will donate at least $5 and that's the minimum on GoFundMe, and that's the reason why I say $5. Yes, there is that financial portion of it, but more than anything, I just feel like having the idea of like 25,000 people just sending me good vibes, I think is something that could be, it is like, it's an incredible idea. Don't know, I don't just, like, how do you make that happen, or how do I make that happen? I don't know, because like I don't know 25,000 people, but that's the reason I ask you to share it in the event that it might be possible to do. So thank you so much, and I will see you actually in the next couple of days, probably early next week. I will be talking more about what's to come in the next couple of weeks that I will be embarking on, and I hope that you have a good start to your weekend, or good weekend. Sending you a chef's kiss. I'll look forward to talking to you again real soon.